everyone to Light All Things Podcast. This is episode 52.
52, a year's worth of content.
Yes, sir. This gamer.
Adam R. It might have only taken us a year and a month and a half, but we made 52. 52 episodes.
Did it. This week, as you all know, damn Reincarnation is on the chopping block because some of these weeks we had to be like, you're messing with us,
bro. We had like a month of sadness.
We did,
and then we got beyond the time skip for a month, and then like we got an all-time high. And what did we do last week? So
absolute
resonance. So like, what's that word? It's not memorable. What's it? It was not memorable at all. And we got this week. Damn Reincarnation. You made me a believer again.
They did their thing.
They did their thing, bro. This was a great 50 chapters. Before we get into it, guys, next week we are going to be reading 9-star Hegemon Body Art. We got like 140. We have 130 chapters right now. By the time we actually talk about it, we'll probably have like 150, maybe 160. That'd be crazy. That's a lot of chapters.
But it depends on how much happens.
Yeah, that's true. Last time
they hold us.
Yeah, it was all fluff, all nonsense. There was a couple good things, but for the most part, it was nonsense.
Where did they leave off again?
They just introduced the Dojins. Is that how you say it?
Oh yeah, the Doyens.
The Doyens, the half-step Doyens or something. Like they weren't. That's not like a realm. It's like a name for like chosen guys, and they weren't. We hadn't seen the full power of Doyen yet. Yeah. So I think we're gonna start seeing those Doyens pop up, and Longchen's still. Hopefully he reigns supreme. Because his power was whack. But yeah, that should be fun. All his Dragon Blood Warriors, I think, got triple supremes.
Yeah.
And then now they're worthless because there's Doyens. Typical. Oh yeah. And the last thing was Saints are becoming like body baggable. So obviously they're gonna become like Saints are gonna become like.
Wait, what was the last thing with the Saint?
He rescued a Saint.
Oh, he rescued that. Was it the Earth one?
Yeah, the Earth Spirit tribe Saint. And he saved her, and because of that, he got the Dragon Race Saint guy. Another Dragon Race Saint. He's like coming after him, and Longchen's probably gonna whoop his ass.
Oh, that's the last part where we left off, where he was chasing him.
Yeah, I think they hadn't left their lair yet, but they were all like, we're about to leave.
Oh, okay. So they're about to chase him.
They're about to chase him.
Okay.
It's exciting. I really hope, like I said, guys, Saints, I'm okay with them becoming Saint Cabbages. Like, not obviously don't love it, but I understand. And then whatever realm is above it, I don't think we've heard it yet.
No.
Because there's 3 realms in the Eternal Realm.
I wonder what it's going to be called.
Me too.
I bet you, maybe it's like Paragon. Kind of like what they did with a couple novels have done
Coil and Dragon.
Coil and Dragon's done it, and I feel like another novel I read did it.
I would love Paragon. And I'll repeat this again. Paragon better be the last cabbage realm that we see millions and trillions of them that get wiped out by the billion. Last one. Anything above whatever this Paragon level could be, if we still have more cabbages after that, I'll be sad at beyond belief.
Yeah. Because,
like, can't keep... Honestly, like...
The world's not big enough for all these cabbages, bro.
And at the same time, like, it kind of was like... It wonders how they're going to do the Dragon Ball Legion then, because they're like...
We just slaughter until the end.
But, like, if they're just slaughtering, like, a bunch of, like, Paragon level people, let's say, and, like, but they're, like, ants to them, then what's the point, you know? They're just... I feel like they have to keep creating cabbages because of the Dragon Ball Legion to make them cool. We'll see.
Dragon Ball Legion just needs talented people. They don't need strong people, though.
No, what I mean, like like the people whose Dragon Ball Legion slaughter, like they need some good like sharpening material to like so they look cool in the novel.
Yeah, that's true.
They're just fighting like other like world kings. Like it doesn't really look as cool, you know.
Yeah, we'll see what the end game level is.
Yeah, we'll see. But alright, back to damn Reincarnation. Like I told you guys, first 5 chapters, hot. Alright? Within the first 5 chapters, 7 stars. Boom. Instantly. Alright? We didn't know. It was funny when they mentioned it. They were like, oh, You've been stuck on the 6-star for a while. It didn't feel like that to me.
No.
Right?
To him, it felt like a while.
Yeah.
But in reality, it was so fast.
Yeah, and it was like what? Like I don't even know when he got the 6-star, but from 5 to 6, I feel like I think everyone has taken him like 2 years because he started man training at 14. We get told he's 22 at the end of this.
Mm. Oh yeah, he's 22.
So 8 years for 6 stars. So he's going at an incredible pace.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what this man's talking about. Or 8 years for 7 stars. Sorry.
8 years? Oh yeah, 14.
Yeah, he started and that's when his like bloodline ritual.
Yeah, the ceremony.
The bloodline ceremony was, and he like slaughtered everybody, or he beat everybody up.
Yeah.
He wasn't slaughtering just yet. But that's why I was like, whoa, hold up. Like this is gonna be. We already said it wasn't gonna be a regular fight. We both said like they're gonna find something there that's gonna be absolutely crazy. But I think it was.
I did not expect that at all.
Yeah.
No.
So we make our way onto the ship toward the Salgada Sea, where Iris is the princess, the dark elf princess.
Mm-hmm.
What do they also call her? The Rosakia princess or something? Or is that no? Oh, the Rakasha person?
Yeah, Rakasha.
The Rakasha princess. So on these ships, on the way to beat her up, is Ordis, who was the first knight of Shimoan.
Yep.
Evac something, I forget his last name.
Mercenary King.
The Mercenary King.
Yeah, they just call him Evac the whole time.
I'm pretty sure they say his last name, but I don't remember.
I think they do.
Yeah. Evac, we have obviously Eugene, Christina / niece, and we have
Carmen, Sienna.
And
Ciel.
And Ciel, the White Rose. She's like number 7 on Shimoan ranked knight, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They also have the 3rd rank knight, who I forget his name because he's super quiet. He didn't say like a word. It's like it starts with an A. He's like the leader of the paladins.
Oh.
They say he's the 3rd ranked knight, but
I don't remember. I thought you were talking about Dior, because I thought it was the Princess Guard, but actually you're wrong. You're right.
Yeah. And then Dior is the son of Ordis, right?
No. Wait.
Yes,
he is.
He's the son of Ordis, who remembers the Grand Duke, first knight of the kingdom. And then I think those were all the respectable names. We also had a bunch of we had an 8-circle magician named Mare. I think that was his name.
Yeah.
So we had an archwizard there as well.
We had Princess Scalia and then Prince
Hafan, I think.
Hafan, yeah. I knew it began with a J.
Is it Hafan or Hafar?
Might be Hafar.
I think it's Hafar, yeah. Prince Hafar.
I
think there's like 10 ships? Or I don't know.
I don't remember ships, but
they said it's a fleet, you know?
Yeah.
The funny thing is, Eugene had to go in there as a woman.
Yep, he cross-dressed as one of their maidservants because they wanted to get him out there without alerting
anybody else.
Iris.
Yeah, and it was I think his name was Yuri.
Yeah.
And it was him, Sienna, and Christina. They all like, what was it? Sienna and Christina just like put on like disguises.
Yeah.
But Eugene had a cross-dress, and it was hilarious, especially when Evac, the Mercenary King, came over, and he was like trying to talk to Carmen, and we find out he's like, I guess he respects Carmen a lot. They had a battle back in the day, and Evac lost, and so he calls Carmen big sister.
Wow.
And then when he's like coming over to talk to Carmen, he's looking at Eugene, and he's like, it's a fine specimen.
Yeah, just like
muscular arms. Must be real well trained.
Yeah, just like what? No, stop.
Yeah,
and he was winking at Eugene. He's like,
I'm gonna kill him. That was funny.
Eugene was pissed.
Yeah. So we go on our way there, and I guess like probably a day into the trip, not even. Once basically beyond the coastline, that's when Evac comes over, talks to Carmen, and he's like, hey, I think Ordis might be a traitor. Like, he's looking a little fishy, he's gotten some bribes from Iris, like, I'm not sure what's happening. And, so Eugene, Carmen, and who else? Sienna?
Yeah.
Sienna infiltrate their, Ordis' ship and subdue him. He was pissed. Because remember, guys, Ordis is like one of the names thrown around as one of the best knights in the continent.
Yeah.
So like imagine in this whole world like it's Ortis, Carmen, that guy from the Empire from Kiel, something Dragon Heart. Yeah. I forget his name. Alzheimer, I think is his name.
Yeah.
Alzheimer Dragon something. I forget his last name, but it's like a dragon something. Those three, people of that kind of caliber. He's on the top of the top, and he gets subdued by like 3 people that like obviously are also on the top of the top. But he was pissed because he's like, how?
Yeah, he was also like, why are you guys attacking me?
And we find out he's not a traitor. They had some funnies in there though.
It was just funny because the author was just like, yeah, you guys are just a bunch of dicks.
Because they made him like reveal what he was writing about.
Yeah, they were like, what were you writing in there before we got in here? He's like, it was my diary.
They were like, we don't believe you.
And he showed him. He's like, I can't even have a diary. God damn.
Like, honestly. They just glossed over the fact that they like treated him so harshly. Yeah, because it was never readdressed like, oh, sorry for doubting you, because he didn't do anything.
No, he didn't. And to make matters, so they found out he was like, I did take bribes, but I only did it after the royal family took bribes. Yeah. So I was like, then it'll be okay, because like, everyone's doing it. Yeah. He's just like, that's just a normal thing to do. Yeah. And then he was just like, so he was mad because he was like questioning his knighthood, because he was just like, I'm not, the most moral person, but I'm still a knight. Yeah. I'm not gonna betray the country like that. And they're like, well, we still don't believe you, so dagger in the heart.
Yeah, the same thing they did. So what's his name, Balzac?
Yeah.
So Balzac, the Black Wizard, the Arch Wizard, and the Black Tower Master. Yeah. They did the same thing that saw him to Ortis that they did to Balzac. They put the dagger in his heart. And they're like, alright, we'll trust you. You can't tell anybody about us, and you can't do anything helpful for Iris. Yeah. And so they go on their way, and after that...
No, you gotta say the last thing.
Well, that they brought Mayor over?
The funny part.
What funny part?
Where he figured it out that Eugene was a maid, that he cross-dressed as a maid.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
That was so funny.
He was like, wait, so the 3 maidservants?
Because he literally he was like, how did Eugene even get on here? Yeah. And then he realized the 3 maids, and then it's described as why he's like, Eugene, you a hero? Cross-dressed as a maid to get on the ship. And Eugene was pissed. He was like, never speak of it.
That was hilarious. That's true. And then we get the archers. This one, they downplayed this man so hard throughout this whole expedition, to be honest, because he's an 8th circle magician, and they're like, it seems like there's no more than 20 on the continent. If Aerith has 5, I don't know how many other continents or how many other like empires have like an archwizard, but like I'm saying no more than 20, probably no more than 15. Like I doubt it. You know what I'm saying? And he's one of them.
Yeah, so he's an 8th circle archwizard, and he was just like, see you now.
I also feel like they just like downplayed him throughout the whole fight.
Yeah, he didn't do shit.
They didn't really have screen time. I think the only thing he was doing was playing defense for the ships the whole time. I think, right? Yeah. So he comes and he's like fangirling super hard over Sienna.
He's like, can I get a dagger in the heart too? And I was like,
yeah. And he wanted her to keep it there for like forever. He's like, can you keep it there, please?
And she was like, you want me to sign it? He was like, yes.
Sienna loves that. And then while this is happening, we find out that what is it? We found out a couple things. One thing we glossed over, and one thing we had to talk about was Iris is having these dreams. Yes. On the way, while they're on their way there, that are like, she doesn't know what's happening, but something's calling out to her into the sea.
Yeah, we don't know where she's going. Yeah. She's just following a path that her dream is like telling her to go on.
So it's like, this is like the Dragon Vault, like maybe thing area. Yeah. This is pretty much it. And the other thing we glossed over before we get to kind of what happens is that when Eugene is hitting the 7th circle, he's doing it through a shortcut method. And what he's doing is he's basically making Sienna like hit him with magic and like stimulate his magic to allow his magic to break through.
Yeah, because it's like on the cusp of a breakthrough.
And when he's doing that, the ring of Agaroth actually goes off, and he gets a divine revelation. Is that what they call it? Or just a revelation?
But he gets what he thinks is a divine revelation.
I think it was a divine revelation. Oh yeah.
After what they say later.
Yeah.
It's not a divine revelation.
Okay, then that's fair. Well, he gets
he gets what he thinks is a divine revelation.
Yeah, from Agaroth, the ring of Agaroth, and so he's like, something's pointing me. And it's just like what is that, mountain of corpses?
Yeah,
out in the sea.
It's like a blood red sea. It was basically like a death sea.
Yeah,
like freaked him out. So it was like,
what's happening?
Yeah.
And so that's all the setup. After that, Sienna helps the fleet, and she like improvises everybody's magic, and it was like, all right, let's go super quick. A trip that should take a month to get to the Sagada Sea takes, like, they basically say 10 to 15 days.
Yeah.
And they get there, and we hit a scene with Iris. Right before they get there, Iris is doing something crazy. Take it away, bro.
So she has one more dream that turns to a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
She gets the feeling that, because her dream always consists of the Demon King of Fury and his 4 children, gathers up, hugs them.
Yep.
They're having a good old time. But this time, there is a feeling of abandonment, where he says, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Iris is like, why? Like, she's questioning it.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know, like, why is he sorry? But she, like, gets the sense of abandonment. And that's when she realizes that the Demon King of Fury abandoned them. But she was like, it doesn't make sense, though.
Yeah.
Because, like, he was with us when he died, so why does it sound like he's sad that he abandoned us? And that's when she wakes up and she realizes, we're here. Because her dream, that was the first time her dream changed.
Yep.
And so they go down. Huge, ominous doors.
Gate.
Oh yeah, gate. That's actually, she said it's more like a gate.
Yeah.
And she got like the feeling of like fear.
Yeah.
She was afraid. She was like, what's behind this?
Yeah.
But she knew she had to open it. She's like, this is for me.
Mm-hmm.
This is what my father left behind. So she thought. And when she opened the gate, she come to the realization that it was a legacy. The legacy of the Demon King of Fury left to his children.
Yeah, for future generations.
To become a Demon King!
And Iris became the 6th Demon King of the Demon Era. I don't know what they call this. The Era of Demons, I guess.
No, just call it the Peace Era.
The Peace Era. So I guess, or the first Demon King to rise once the Peace Era, once the Oath had been sworn.
Oath Era actually might be better.
Since the Oath has been sworn. She's the first Demon King to appear, the 6th Demon King, and the 3rd Demon King currently on the continent. And she is the Demon King of Fury. She takes over his legacy, becomes Demon King of Fury. And we find out, or we already know that along our journey, Eugene has destroyed the Demon King of Carnage and the Demon King of Cruelty's like vestiges, like old spirits. So their souls are like completely eliminated.
Yep.
And this will be this is basically like the last legacy of the Fury. So it's like kind of a repeat
of what they did 300 years ago.
Because they went Cruelty, Carnage, or is it Carnage, Cruelty?
Not a rubber.
I think it's Cruelty.
I think Cruelty, Carnage.
Cruelty, Carnage, Fury. And then, so Iris becomes the Demon King of Fury, and she learns some secrets from incarceration.
Crazy secrets.
Because Demon King of Incarceration lets her know, like, hey, like, I was the one that left us here from your dad. Or, yeah, from your dad. And, like, but Iris obviously confused. She's like, but my dad died in front of me. He didn't escape. And he's like, if you win this battle and kill Eugene, I'll give you your answers. Mm-hmm. And she's like, alright, bet. Oh, we also find out that even though she's a Demon King, there's levels to this shit. Alright?
Oh, yeah.
Like, Demon King of Incarceration, she thinks she'll get mollywopped. Like, she has no chance. Mm-hmm. And she also says that even as a Demon King, she still doesn't think she'd beat Nor Gabella. That was a little tidbit. I was surprised by that. Because I thought she was Demon King level, but I didn't think she was that strong.
She's strong. Oh, also another thing is like the reason why she's confused is because the thing is like he left a legacy behind here because it said that the Demon King of Fury died here in the sea.
Yeah.
But that's not like what happened like in her memory.
Yeah.
300 years ago. But that's like what when she got the legacy. That's what she like remembered.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's why she was like it's confusing. So, but they explain it more later.
Yeah. And then Eugene gets there with the squad.
They're like, what the? Eugene's like, God damn it! How did this happen?
Yeah. Everybody wants to escape. They're like, Demon King, this is not what we signed up for. Because basically everybody who signed up was like easy kill. Like maybe a couple of people are gonna die along the attempt, but like it was pretty much said that Eugene can solo Iris.
Yeah.
Like before she became a Demon King, like there was really no like stress in this voyage. Like it was gonna be a quick.
The only thing we cared about is her escaping. That's literally it.
Yeah, literally like she's getting wrecked. So everybody all of a sudden is like Demon King, and like the descriptions were crazy. Like the whole world went black, felt like hell on earth. All the fishes turned into like what is it, like flesh pools that like they like gathered together into like huge beating clumps of like monsters, and like the whole world was black, and they just felt fear and pressure that they like couldn't handle. Like all the regular people, people were scared. Even Ortis, first night of the kingdom was like, we came here for a Demon King. Or for a princess, not a Demon King, let's retreat. And like nobody wanted to go. Fire.
Everyone understands. Even the lowest level Demon King isn't something that anyone can fight. And even Carmen was afraid.
Yeah.
She was like, when they didn't know, she was like, what? She felt the fear. And that's when they found out like the Demon King.
It's the first time we saw Carmen feel fear.
We were just like, damn, Carmen's at 7 stars and she still felt fear.
Yeah, I was shocked by that. Yeah. And so even Carmen was like, I felt fear? Like, oh my God. Like, I need to pull myself together.
Yeah.
And then we also find out, I think we already knew this, but like, they emphasized it a lot during these 50 chapters, that Demon Kings get their power from the fear that people have towards them. So as of now, Iris is known by like this one crew and like her subordinates. That's everybody who knows she's a Demon King. That's the only people who fear her. But if the fleet were to retreat and Iris were to make it to the homeland or to the continent, she would spread her name and fear would arise and she would gain more power.
Yeah. So Eugene was like, we have to kill her now.
This is the weakest she'll ever be.
Yeah, and he was telling everyone, I'm not expecting any of you to be of any help.
Yeah.
Just stay here and I got this.
Yeah, he said, you'll do more damage if you retreat.
Yeah.
Stay here. Or fight. And even if you fight, don't fight with me.
No, just maintain the formation.
Yeah, because it's also like...
all the elves.
Yeah, Iris has dark elves.
And she started giving them all like power, so now they're stronger.
They're all like, but they all became like monsters, which was crazy. And then like her human subordinates, she just straight up like gave them so much dark power that they were like turned into monsters. Like she was like, they were loyal, but fuck you. And then we get the epic fight.
Well, before the epic fight, everyone's afraid. Eugene's just like goes to the Holy Sword and is like, motherfucker. It's now or never. It was like, he was like, you're here to cast away the darkness, so you gotta do it. And just like a classic like paladin move, he holds up the Holy Sword, bing, and you just see it's a ray of light just pass into the sky.
Of darkness, remember?
And it just destroys all the darkness.
Oh, I thought it went up into the sky, and then Anise like blessed him again, like to double his divine blessing.
Oh yeah, she prayed for him too. Yeah.
And then he cleaved the darkness in half. Boom.
Oh well, yeah, destroyed it.
Yeah.
Because Iris is underground.
Yeah.
And
under the sea.
Under the sea, and so like all the darkness is spreading from that point.
Yeah.
And like it's hard to get past, so that's when he cleaves it.
Yeah.
And then everyone's just like, holy shit! And that's when people started like realizing, like, wait a minute, we have the hero.
Yeah, we have the hero here. Like, yeah, that was cool. I loved it. And then we also find out to defeat a Demon King, you need to kill them multiple times. All right, they have like you can destroy their full body. They can regenerate multiple times.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, it seemed like Eugene and them killed Iris like 100 times.
Yeah, it's like a Majin Buu, except you have to use all their energy.
Yeah, it's not even like you have to kill all the scraps. Like, you just have to run the Demon King out of energy. Or their dark power is what they call it.
Yeah, but that's obviously difficult because you only have one life.
Yeah. That's why the Anise is so like crazy here. Because she was basically taking Eugene back from like death to full health.
Yeah.
Like, just as many times. Like, obviously he can't fully die like Iris can, which is like the big debuff.
Yeah.
But like, he like pretty much got wrecked multiple times too.
Oh, Anise also got her, or Christine also got her stigmata.
Oh yes.
On her hand, because I remember Anise was super strong because she had the stigmata, so she could, like, if your leg got chopped off, she could like put it back.
Yeah.
Without the stigmata, she could only heal you, not do that. But then Christina got the stigmata, so now she could do it.
I think also not just the stigmata, it was like she was the perfect, and
Oh yeah, she was also the perfect like reflection of like the remains of the
light god.
Yeah.
And so that's why she was so amazing. Plus the stigmata. But the drawback was that when Anise used the stigmata back in the day with the Fount of Light, which is why Eugene was so pissed back at Uros, was that they placed the stigmata on your back like through like bloody methods. Yeah. So every time you use the stigmata, you bleed. Now,
but Christina didn't go through it.
Yeah.
But she was even more perfect.
Yeah.
As a result, and she got like a natural stigmata.
Yeah. So basically, she got blessed by like the light god.
Yeah.
Like right before the battle started, and then Sienna, she's not at 100% here. I'd say she was probably like at 75, but she was going off too. I feel like I wish they would have gave her like more screen time during that fight.
Oh yeah, I didn't give her any screen time.
Like I felt like it was a lot of like she was just like a backup magician.
Support. Or she just ranged.
Yeah.
She would throw magic spears around.
And I think like she obviously did way more than that, but like they didn't give her enough emphasis during that battle. I think.
Yeah. It was only towards like the second half.
And they did say that like she does enjoy being a support more than like a straight up battle wizard, but like I thought it was like not enough for the greatest wizard of all time.
Yeah.
You know what
exactly.
I mean? Like I thought she'd have more.
Like, we don't need to see Anise healing you. Like we see that on Eugene fighting.
Yeah.
Like if you were to like animate it or something.
Yeah.
But like for Sienna, like I need to see her like
do something, right?
Yeah.
We didn't really see her do much. She was kind of just like whatever blows Eugene did, she was amplifying them.
Yeah.
She was more acting like as a bard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was like, she's not a bard.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be the strongest
mage. She's just like buffing him, and it's like, yeah, you're strong as a mage. You made the eternal hole. You made like.
Yeah.
You have Akasha and Frost, 2 dragon heart staves.
Yeah.
Do something. I wish. I don't think she didn't do something. Actually, let me rephrase that.
The author just didn't show her doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because she definitely went to work.
Yeah.
But like, we didn't see it enough, you know. But also, how do you feel about the fight? Because I personally thought it was like really cool. Not like super amazing. Like it wasn't a 10 out of 10 fight, but I thought it was really cool. But I saw a lot of commentating on it.
I think they probably hated on it probably because of with what happened with the Moonlight Sword. Or I don't know. I didn't really read it. What they hate on it for? So that's the only thing I could think of.
So they were hating on it, one, that it was so like such a drawn out battle. And it was like they thought everybody was saying it was like a boss battle, like with stages and everything. And it was like how many it's not fun to just read people like a Demon King dying on repeat. Like where's the fun in that? Like and like I understand that, but I kind of thought the stages were like warranted because they're known to be like basically immortal. So you're not gonna one shot them.
No.
You're not gonna cut off their head and be like, oh my god, I won. Like you're gonna have to like. There's gonna be stages to this type of fight, and I think the author did a really good job with the stages.
Yeah, I think the Rakasha fight had 2 things.
Oh.
It was like obviously the fight was better.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But the stakes were super high. But in this fight, although the fight's not as good, I feel like the stakes were even higher.
Yeah.
I really I think the stakes matter more.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
And for here, I was just like, you kind of get the feeling like she has to die here now. And he went in there and he put in work.
Yeah, he put in work. Everybody watched that fight was like, this is what a hero is.
Because they also did a good job describing it. Because even what's his name, Ivar, Mercenary King, he's just shooting his bow.
Is it Ivar or Ivik?
Ivik, sorry. Yeah. He was like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, Eugene, Sienna, and Anise are keeping back the Demon King while we're all shooting our fighting off, like, the subordinates.
Yeah.
And it's like, we can't even do anything. And we know, like, if they'd let up, like, her fear would, like, overwhelm them.
Yeah.
They were deliberately not letting her take an inch forward at all. Which is what I thought was like, that's just showing how hard he's fighting.
Yeah.
He's fighting.
Eugene was going crazy. He went 4 folds on the empty sword. Is that what they call it? Or on the empty sword, using prominence. He was using all 7 stars, Eternal Hole, or the ring flame formula, or the white flame with ring flame.
The Holy Sword and then also the Moonlight Sword.
Yeah. And he was going crazy. It was a lot of back and forth. He had the upper hand at the beginning, and then
Iris was slowly getting stronger because she was getting used to her
power. And then that's when Eugene pulled out the Moonlight Sword.
Yeah, because he was like, well, I can't kill her at this rate.
Yeah. Even the Holy Sword was putting in work. Usually it's not as strong, but here against the Demon King, it was like super buffed.
Yeah, he brought it out.
Yeah.
And also with Christina, they brought out a lot of it.
Yeah. And then we got the Moonlight Sword, and the Moonlight Sword was going crazy. And then
but it still wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And that's when Eugene was just like, all right, Moonlight Sword, we need to fuse, because he wanted to fuse with it.
So basically, they described it as like when his swordsmanship is like at becoming one with the sword.
Yeah.
And he could do that, I guess, with all swords. He's always done that, but he wasn't doing it with the Moonlight Sword.
Yeah.
He's like, I need to fuse with you, and he ended up doing it.
Yep. He they said like he gripped the hilt so tightly, it was like I
think he said his hand was going into the tilt.
Yeah.
Or into the hilt.
Like his
was fusing together.
Yeah. And that's when he just lost. He became something else.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the reality is, because they call the sword of destruction.
Yeah.
He was becoming one with destruction.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's when he got his consciousness got pulled into
another parallel dimension.
Yep.
Maybe a dimension within the sword.
Yeah, because now Eugene his hits were. He
crazy.
Yeah, because now Iris is she's feeling the pain.
Yeah, and she wasn't feeling the pain this whole fight, and it was also said right here when Eugene pulled out this crazy power of the Moonlight Sword. Remember, he has about half of the sword, a little less than half of the sword complete. They were saying that Vermouth with the full Moonlight Sword wasn't putting out the same amount of damage as Eugene was with half of the sword, but fused together, because Vermouth never fused it.
Yeah.
And it was also said here that Sienna thought that the way Eugene looked fused with the Moonlight Sword, where she saw it, she was like, that's how Vermouth looked when he attacked me in the tomb.
Yeah.
So she could tell that Eugene was getting possessed.
He's becoming different.
Yeah.
And then that's when all of a sudden someone Demon King of Incarceration just pulls up.
Well, first, wasn't it Ciel?
No.
I thought Ciel tried to save him first.
No, that was after.
Okay.
So Demon King of Incarceration, because he comes up and he chains him.
Yeah.
And he's just, because he realizes this can't happen.
Yeah. And he's gonna fall here.
And everyone's wondering what is he doing? And the Demon King of Incarceration, he's trying to pull him out. Or he's not trying to pull him out, he's trying to protect him.
Yeah.
But he's also protecting everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he goes rampant, he's going to destroy everything.
Yeah.
So, in that process, also he suppressed, the power as well.
Yeah, the power of the Moonlight Sword.
Yeah. So now, Eugene's power suppressed.
Yeah.
And he floats him, the Demon King floats him near the boats. And that's when Ciel comes in.
Yeah.
And grabs him, and she grabs the Moonlight.
Yeah.
Because she also has Lionheart blood, so only Lionhearts can grab this little.
Yeah.
So she gets her consciousness dragged in there.
Mm.
And she finds Eugene just sitting down, just playing because he can't move. He's
just like a statue.
He's kind of like paralyzed.
Yeah.
And that's when
name drop.
Your Vermith. He's like, this isn't part of the plan.
Yeah.
This isn't my legacy.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Sends him out. I was like, damn.
Yeah. And in the process, Vermith, he gives a legacy to Ciel.
Yeah.
He gives her a legacy, and we find out it's a demon eye. She gets a demon eye on her left.
Yeah, left eye.
Left eye, and it has 2 powers. Demon eye of darkness, so she gets Iris's power, and they call it the demon eye of immobility.
Well, yeah, that's what they were calling.
Yeah, for her second power. And so she gets the demon eye. She doesn't know she has the demon eye just yet. And so she's with Eugene, and she's just like trying to take care of him, make sure he's okay.
Well, actually, she didn't get it yet.
Okay. I think she got blessed with it, but it wasn't like it hadn't appeared yet. Right?
Yeah, so what happened was, when they get pulled out, Eugene's still groggy. And right now, while he's unconscious, Carmen pulled up, and she's going...
She's got the Destiny Destroyer.
Bruce Lee on...
Yeah.
Because she only used hands and feet, so she's always just attacking with their hands and feet.
I like how they describe their white flame formula.
Oh, yeah.
Because they describe, like, obviously, after you get your 6 stars, they like... The white flame formula changes to be attuned to your body.
Yeah.
And they said, basically, you know how I thought of it was Hunter x Hunter? You watched it?
Yeah.
You know, Gone?
Yeah.
When he uses his, like, super, like, move where he's like, well, rock, paper, scissors. Mm-hmm. You know The Rock?
Yeah.
When he's just like, boom! I just imagined that was her with every attack. And so, like, all her powers, like, she's, like, she hits, like, with boulders, basically, every time. I thought it was super cool. Like, if I was wanting to fight, I'd want to fight like Carmen.
Yeah.
You know? And so, she was actually fighting the Iris, like, head-on, one-on-one, with, Ivic was supporting her.
Yep, and then Sienna and Anise.
And Ortis even finally pulled up.
Yep.
Because Ortis at the beginning, guys, he was scared. He said he didn't want to pull up. He didn't want to fight. He'll protect the rear. And then here, he's like, I don't know why I'm feeling like this, but I'm feeling like I want to be a hero. He knew he couldn't be the hero, but he was like, I want to fight alongside the hero.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool. Like, Eugene, like, motivating he motivated everybody. Everybody throughout that fight was like, I thought it was the strongest. Because Evac, Ortis, and Carmen were like all thought they could potentially be one of the strongest in the continent, and they're like, we were like in our own worlds. And that was really cool. And then what happened after that? While they were fighting her, Iris?
Oh, well, Iris gets an attack off.
Yeah.
And it aims for Eugene's head.
Yeah.
But Ciel pushes Eugene out of the way, and that's when she loses her left eye.
Yeah.
Because it didn't go deep enough.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously they realized she was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Or she wasn't fine, actually. She was like kind of barely breathing.
Yeah.
But they brought her back and some healers, and they helped heal her.
Yeah.
And that's when Eugene, he goes back into the fight afterwards.
He's cracked out.
Yeah.
Superman. And when he goes back into the fight, it's been like, so you guys gotta remember, Princess Scalia, that's her name, right?
Yeah.
She was taken over by Norgabella back when near the Night's March. And Princess Scalia is also here in this expedition, and she's still going through all the sleep problems and everything. Norgabella possesses her again and goes to check on Ciel, and that's when she finds out, she's like, how did she get a demon eye? Mm-hmm. This is crazy. But Nor was trying to give her a panacea, right? How do you say?
I used to call it a pancreas.
A pancreas?
Yeah, I don't know how
I feel like that's not how it's spelled.
Probably not. Yeah.
Really? I don't think there's an R in there. Is there?
It's not. I'm pretty sure there is an R.
You sure? What is it? I don't know. Maybe. I always thought it was a panacea. I
thought there was an R in there.
You know, there might be. But she uses a special medicine that is something we don't know how to say, obviously. And uses it on her,
eye.
On Ciel's eye. And with that power, she's able to use her demon eye for, like, one attack.
Yeah, because it has some X6 man in there.
Yeah. And Eugene's going wild.
Yeah, because he used ignition.
And he's wrecking Iris right now. And Iris is like, should I retreat? I can't win. I can't win this fight.
Yeah. And one of the reasons Iris went to stay because she wanted to make this her base.
Yeah.
This is where her father fell.
Mm-hmm.
And she also, so she didn't want to retreat. But then she comes to the realization that Eugene is Hamill. And Hamill was the one that killed Fury. Right? Got like the last hit.
Yeah.
And so she's like, you know what? Screw it. If I'm gonna die, Hamill dies here too.
Yeah.
So now she's like, I'm not running away. If I'm falling,
you're falling too.
Yeah. And that's when they start, really fighting to the death.
Yeah.
Towards the end there.
It's like a kamikaze fight.
Yeah.
And during this, Eugene is like, basically all his powers are like mixing together. They make it seem like his 7 stars are like they all break on repeat, and they're like fusing into his body.
They're being destroyed.
Yeah, they're destroying and like reforming, destroying, reforming.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And they keep doing that. It creates like a galaxy inside him. And what else is being in there? The prominence. And what else is being like fused inside of him? Is it just that?
Yeah, I mean the biggest thing was like his stars were exploding.
Yeah, his stars were exploding, which should kill him.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. And
because his stars were constantly reforming.
Yeah, so they kept fighting. It was going crazy. They didn't know who was gonna win. And then Iris thought, I think I got him. Like Ignition is like about to be over.
Yeah.
And then I know actually Ignition was over, right? I believe Ignition was over, and then Eugene was like, "Not yet, buddy." And and then instead of like Eugene being tapped out when his Ignition is over, he pulls out a divine sword from his heart and one-shots her, kills her.
Yeah, the divine out of nowhere because he feels Agaroth's ring.
Yeah.
And he slowly, like when he gets his like.
That's what's also fusing with him, Agaroth's ring.
Agaroth's ring and all like I said earlier, the divine revelations that are coming out. He was coming. The revelation was. They were memories.
Memories.
And he came to realization that he had a hidden weapon on him this whole time. That was the divine sword. It was, and they had a picture.
Yeah.
Red. It was like red lightning.
Yeah, it was super badass.
And he one-shot Iris.
Yep. And we find out there that Eugene Lionheart is Hamel Dias. Is that his last name? Hamel Dias. Dinas is Hamel Dinas. And back when we saw in the Black Room, he's also Agaroth, the god of war, bro. I couldn't believe that.
Me neither.
I couldn't believe that.
That's what I was telling you. That's what I was like, bro, what is going on? When
you told me that, I was like, I read it, I was like, he's right, what's going on right now? Yeah, so we find out that huge thing. And that blade was epic. That blade was epic. Iris dies. And then we got, oh my god, this was like such a beautiful moment in these 50 chapters. Iris is dying. And she realizes her dark power's out. She can't reform anymore, so she starts cursing Eugene. She's like, history repeats itself, because Incarceration told that to her. He told to Iris, he's like, you should probably escape, because history usually repeats itself.
He said fate often repeats itself.
Fate often repeats itself, and she's like, it'll be different. I'll win here. And obviously she loses. And then she's trying to say the same thing to Eugene, like, oh, last time you killed 3 Demon Kings. This time you're only going to kill 3 Demon Kings and you're going to die in Incarceration. And then Sienna takes over, bro. That trash talk was epic. Epic, bro. She destroyed her whole life. Like, everything you stand for, shit. Everything you wanted and, like, not achieved. You try to become a king by corrupting the Dark Elves. All you did was destroy your own people. Like, you wanted to survive your dad's legacy. What did you do with it? Nothing. Like,
yeah, she destroyed her.
She destroyed her so good. I was like, who is this? I want to see more of that.
Yeah.
It was so bad. It was like half a chapter of her flaming her life. And then Iris was like, she was like crying. She's like, why do you have to say that?
And then she disappeared.
Yeah, and then Then Eugene finds out that Norgabella is on the ship, right? And he goes over to talk to her.
Wait, no, he just stabs her.
Oh yeah, he just instantly stabs her.
Yeah, and then because he's right now, even though they won, he's not happy.
Yeah,
because obviously he gets those memories, but he doesn't want to believe it.
Yeah.
So he's just like, God damn it, I'm going down there. No one follow me. Yeah. And he goes down there, and he sees a city. And I was like,
no, he doesn't see a city. I think he sees a statue.
Oh yeah, the statue. Sorry.
Yeah.
But he describes it like, oh yeah, I remember this. This used to be a city here. Once it was ruled by the Demon King of Fury a long time ago. You know, he tormented its inhabitants up until the God of War Agraroth came and liberated it. And that's when they built the statue. And that's when you realize, like, statue of me.
Yeah, that's me right there.
And we're just like, that's when it sent off huge shockwaves. So it was like, Demon King of Fury, Agraroth, how long ago was that?
Yeah.
Which means this is crazy. And guess what? Oh yeah, and they revealed even more. Yeah, well, I missed the part. It was like it was ruled by the Demon King of Fury and his children.
Yeah,
with the same names as the children that the past Demon King of Fury had
from 300 years ago.
Yeah, and but that Demon King of Fury in that era, he died in this area.
No, he didn't die. He got defeated, I think, but he ran away. Remember?
Oh yeah.
And then he went to the Demon King of Incarceration, and he was like, "For my life, I will trade you my life." Oh, we don't know the price he paid, but we know he made a deal with the Demon King of Incarceration. He's like, bind my soul to my memories, so that when I get reincarnated, I'll remember everything.
Yeah.
And then I think
because Iris had remembered it.
Yeah. And so, like, Demon King of Fury died, and when he got reincarnated back, like, 300-400 years ago, he remembered all of his memories. He became a Demon King again. And also during this, we find out that the Demon King of Incarceration is from that age where Agraroth and Demon King of Fury fought, which they called the Mythical Era.
Yeah.
And basically they said that, like, the world was destroyed during the Mythical Era, and, like, Demon King of Incarceration survived the destruction. They made it seem like the world got, like, exploded and, like, came back together, and he survived it all.
Yeah, so what we found out is Agraroth, he was a god because he was building his divinity off of the faith of humanity.
Yep.
Because after the light god came down and brought light to the world, that was like the era when divinity started sprouting up.
Yeah.
And that's when Agraroth went on. He was, a conquest war, and so he started liberating or attacking all the demons.
Yep.
And then we found out after he killed the Demon King of Fury, he wanted to go kill the Demon King of Destruction.
Oh yeah.
But then he had to fight. But then the terrible thing happened. The Nerds came.
Yep.
So now he has to go fight them.
Yep.
But they didn't stop.
It was a swarm.
So he was
not
fighting.
Swarm.
He was not fighting the Nerds, and then he also was fighting the Demon King of Destruction. And they fought down to the very last man. Every single person.
Spartans.
Literal, because he brought everyone who had like faith in him. They all, despite the fear in their hearts, they're like, as long as Agraroth's with us, we'll keep fighting.
Impactful, bro.
I was like, damn. Yeah. So that's why when they talk about the mountain of corpses, they're like, that's what they were. Yeah. But he kept saying the Nerds were endless, no matter what, and they overwhelmed him. And that's like he's fought the Demon King of Destruction, and I was just like,
and lost.
And now we realize that clearly the world has undergone some kind of like destruction, rebirth, something like that. But the Demon King of Incarceration is unaffected by it. Maybe it's because he's too strong enough.
We don't know, but we know he's from there. And what else did we find out?
So
I think Eugene also...
Oh, we found out, like, the Divine Sword is formed from that Faith.
Yeah, from Faith Power. And so Eugene, while technically not a god anymore,
his soul is still the same.
His soul is still the same, so he has some divinity in him. So when people worship him, he gains like more divinity. So he could technically later on become a god.
Yeah, well, because he now is the hero.
Yeah.
And with the war, the oath coming to an end, he can regain all that divinity.
Yeah, I think of it as like I think to become a god, you need like a spark of divinity. And obviously, it's like much harder to form, but like he already has a spark, so not anybody who like prays for him, it like just further like.
He has a foundation, so he can build upon it.
He can build upon it, yeah. And so they were saying that like that divine sword that Eugene pulled out of his chest of one-shot arrows, he can only use that once a day, like one slash a day. But the more people like worship him, the more times he can use it. Mm-hmm. And they say, I think it's stronger, even stronger than the Moonlight Sword. At least the half-finished Moonlight Sword.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Oh yeah, and also he finds out a lot of this stuff because he's talking with the Demon King of Incarceration.
Yeah.
Straight up having a conversation.
Yeah. And also just thrown in here, it's said that Eugene is stronger than Vermouth at his peak.
No, at the time, like Vermouth, like in the same, like at the same level, like Eugene is strong.
No, I think they said at the peak, like not obviously peak after 300 years.
Oh, okay, like when they're fighting together.
Like when when Vermouth is fighting Demon King of Incarceration, like strongest he's ever been, 10 stars. Like Eugene.
Oh, yeah, because Eugene's manual is different. Yeah. Or like he altered it.
Yeah, Eugene is stronger than Vermouth was then at 7 stars, which technically he doesn't have stars anymore because they're all shattered, and they form a galaxy in him, and he's just at like it's like a totally different system.
Yeah.
It has the stars, Agaroth's power, and the ring flame formula.
Cores.
Yeah, all of it's together. So does he still have cores?
I think he still has cores.
But just no stars.
Yeah.
And so.
I think they melded into the cores.
Yeah.
So that's what it was.
Yeah, so we don't count by 7, 8, nothing, but he's probably, they say he's way stronger than when he has 7 stars.
Yeah.
Like as strong as Vermouth with 10. So. And you know, I felt like I made that up because I kept mentioning that and you kept being like, I never seen that. So every time they talked about Eugene being stronger than Vermouth, I was looking at the comments. I wanted to see if somebody else would mention it because if not, I was going to deep dive to find it. And somebody else was like, oh, so he's stronger than Vermouth with 10 stars. And I was like, thank you! I was thinking I made it up.
No, I always was like, when did they mention he had 10 stars?
Somebody in the comments said the same thing. I was like, alright, I didn't pull that on my ass. Like, that's facts. That's facts. So it's 100%. He had 10. Vermouth had 10 stars back then.
Okay.
And Eugene's stronger than him right now. And Eugene has to be stronger than him because Eugene is taking the spot of Vermouth, Molin,
and himself.
That was a big thing. Another big thing we find out is that Ciel's demon eye has the power to, like the demon eye of darkness, like Iris, she can transport people around. And we kind of get a tidbit that what she's going to do in the final fight for Eugene so he can fight at full power is that when Eugene goes to fight the Demon King of Incarceration, Ciel is going to teleport Molin from the north straight to Babel, or straight to like nearby Babel, so that Molin can fight in the final battle. And I love that, bro. Because they said it was like months of travel in between this, which is literally impossible even for like a dragon to do it quickly enough. But Ciel can do it literally instantly.
Yeah.
I was hyped for that. I'm hyped for that because Molin, like, he's so strong. Like.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's a monster.
Honestly, I think do you think he's stronger than Eugene right now? I think.
Right now.
I think no. But he's close, man.
Yeah.
He's not far behind at all. Because Molin, they made him seem like an animal.
He is an animal.
Just a beast. They don't call him the Beast King for nothing, actually. That was cool. We go back. We saved the dwarves. Of the 20 master craftsmen, only 14 were left. And they found a huge hoard of treasure. It was ginormous. They take it all back, and on their way back, what happened? All the empires like gathered.
Yeah, Empire, Lionheart. So Kiel Empire, Eros Kingdom, Lionheart, obviously Shimuin, the tribes.
Yeah, there's Samar, Rainforest Tribes.
And that was it, I think.
I think we're missing Eurus.
Eurus. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Eurus, the
Holy Empire.
The Holy Empire showed up. They said, and the Brave King, or the Beast King from
Beast King. Yeah, Beast King.
So Molin's descendants showed up too. Everybody showed up but the Sand Scorpions from Namar. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
So the desert place. And the united armies that fight against Helmet are like
the anti-evil alliance.
Yeah, the anti-evil alliance. They didn't show up. Yeah. So them and the desert people didn't show up.
Yep. So they all came together. They were kind of scared at first about Helmet's response, but then they were like, "Fuck it, we're just gonna have a party for the hero."
And when we say they showed up, they showed up.
They showed up big.
They showed up with their strongest members of every place. So the Holy Empire brought the Pope and Rafael Martinez, the Crusader, and like 200 paladins. We have the Kiel Empire with that Alzheimer, like Dragonheart guy. I forget. His name's like Dragon something.
Yeah.
I think it might be Dragonheart. And then we get Gilead, Patriarch of the Lionhearts, with his brother Guillaume, and some elders from the Black Lions. Actually, they said they bring everybody from Lionheart. They leave literally the bare seven. Yeah. And then even Ancilla's there. Cyan is there. We get, who else is there? The Brave King so Molin's descendants there. He brings his daughter too, which is funny later.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
No.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't bring his daughter. I thought he did too. But then they mentioned a specific line later that he didn't bring her.
I think he didn't bring her then, but then she showed up later. She showed up at the... Remember? I think there might have been like a little like author era then. Because they say at the dance that Cyan's not dancing with anybody because he has the daughter right next to her.
No, they say he's not at the dance because he has his future father-in-law right next to her.
But I thought he also said the daughter was there too.
No.
Are you sure?
I remember that line because I was like, oh, that confused me. Because like, of course I'm not going to take a dance with anyone because my future father-in-law is right next to me.
They made it seem like she was there too.
I know, but that's why it was confusing at first.
Okay. But yeah, everybody was there. And...
Yeah, they had a banquet. They were dancing. There were some dances. They're kind of having fun. They're like, "Yay, the hero!" And then all of a sudden, two people pull up.
Mm-hmm.
Are the Blade of Incarceration and Norgabella. She pulled up. They're like, "Hey, how you guys doing?" No, she's messing around. She came in a swimsuit, by the way. This is like a formal party.
Yeah.
And they said like, "Oh, Helmuth takes full. We congratulate Eugene for killing the Demon King. Helmuth will take full responsibility. If you guys, anyone that was hurt as a result of Iris will be allowed to immigrate to Helmuth free of charge."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, real quick, you're right. I thought they say Amon's dress. That's why I got confused. But it's not a dress, obviously. His formal attire just must look like kind of like dress like, But Amon is the king, or the Beast King of the North. And I think just the fact that they said a dress made me think he was a girl.
Oh,
but it's a guy just with like some sort of like
garb,
yeah. And so Science now doesn't have nobody that's next to him. But yeah, and so that was pretty crazy because Norgabella and David Lindman show up, and they're both basically like at Demon King level now, which is pretty insane.
Yep, and so then Norgabella's like, "Eugene, I have something to show you." Cause she's gonna show him a memory. He's like, "Come on." Yeah. Obviously, Norgabella has, she's in love with Eugene. She wants Eugene to kill her. That's her like twisted sense of love.
Yeah.
Like she likes that he hates her.
I don't even know if she wants him to kill her. I think she just wants to feel the thrill of being able to die to somebody that like wholeheartedly wants them to die. Because the big thing that everybody says is, why doesn't she just go to, like even Eugene says, why don't you just go to Demon King Incarceration, slap him in the face, and then he'll kill you, I promise. And she's like, no, I need to get killed. I need to have a fight to the death where both of us want to tear each other's heart out. You know, like I need to see that, feel that emotion.
Yeah, but that is from like that's why she loves him.
Yeah, that's why she loves him. Yeah. And then
you know what's crazy?
What?
Is that he's the Demon King of Incarceration said to her.
Oh yes,
they're always the same.
That was a big part that made me think that like, and you know what else was it that I wanted to talk about? So guys, a little back up here before Nora Gabella tells us that before she came here, we get like a little like, I don't think it was a flashback. I think, or maybe it was a flashback when Nora Gabella was at the banquet. Before the banquet even starts, Nora Gabella, we see her going to the Demon King of Incarceration's office. And he goes into them, or he goes up, and he's like, she talks to David, and David's like, you can't go up. And all of a sudden, like, she's in front of the Demon King of Incarceration, and she has questions about Hamill. And she's like, oh, tell me, or I don't know if it was about Hamill, but it was about Hamill?
No, she wanted to go up to him. She was like,
oh yeah.
What am I allowed to do? Can I?
Like, what will you do?
What's the limits? Like, will you get mad if like I kill him?
Yeah.
And he was like, no. If he can't make it to battle, he's not worth my time.
Yeah. And she also asked, like, what type of restrictions the incarceration had, but she wanted to know something.
Oh, she wanted to know about what was it?
Maybe this is the Demon King of Destruction?
She wanted to know about, yes, that's what, but he wouldn't tell her. So.
Yeah, oh, she wanted to know what Demon King of Destruction was, maybe?
Yeah, it's not what it was. It was something about the Demon King of Destruction, but he was like, if you want to know, give up your freedom.
Yeah, basically, be my servant, be bound to me.
Yeah, because he's like, you're free. She was like, don't
I already serve you, I'm your duke.
Yeah, but he was like, but you're free.
Yeah.
It's because you're allowed to ask these questions because you're free.
Yeah.
I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But she was like, okay. Well, but obviously she came to realize that it's because she has a lot of freedom. That's where this next part comes in. It's like she goes on an investigation. And this investigation is what she shows Eugene. So she goes to Eugene. She's like, if you don't see this, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. And she was right.
Right.
100%. Because I was like, what is she about to show her? And when we found out, I was like...
For that. So we go into the dream, and it's basically Nora Gabella just showing Eugene her past memories of what she's done. And so it was recent, though. It wasn't like a long time ago. And they don't show the exact time frame, but it seems like within the year.
Yeah.
Because she goes there, and she goes to an island called Revesta. And basically, they make it seem like this island is like...
This is the Demon King of Destruction's
territory. And it also has all of the creatures from back in the war 300 years ago. It has all of those creatures that are like bloodthirsty and like just want to kill and like just straight up are like destruction incarnate. Those are all like locked on this island.
Yeah, because everyone was wondering like, where did they go?
Yeah.
Because like obviously they didn't kill all those creatures.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, where did they put them? We found out they put them right here on this crappy island.
Yep. And so we get in there.
Oh, also, just to let you know, this island is like, Helmless Roots don't go here. This island, think of it as like an anarchy.
Yeah.
Island. That's how it is.
So they get there, everything's like underground, aka not really. It's like a spatial rift.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of in a like, it's like, I think of it as like a minor world, part of a major world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so Nora Gabella goes in there, and along her way, she meets Amelia, the staff of incarceration.
And we found out a big thing about her.
She is half demon, half human.
Yep.
Because there's no humans on Revesta. That didn't make sense because we were like, Amelia is from Revesta.
Yeah.
So like, I thought there was like a human population there. So that wasn't making sense. So we find out she's half demon, half human.
Her dad is human. Her mom's a demon.
Yep. And so Amelia's from there. But when Nora finds her, Amelia's like breaking apart.
Yeah, because like she's a servant of Demon King, incarceration.
Yeah.
There's like a difference like their energies. So like the Demon Kings of Destruction is like rejecting her.
Yeah, so it's like killing her.
This is also why Norgabella's like, you don't have to go search for her. She's gonna leave on her own.
Yeah.
Because she can't stay there for too long.
And the reason Amelia's there is because she's scared of Eugene.
Yeah.
She's like, if I'm out in the like world, like Eugene's gonna come and hunt me.
Yeah.
And he will win. And also we see Hamill's Death Knight again. It has to be a play somewhere later because they spent too much time talking about that thing.
Honestly, yeah. It should have died during the Rosakia.
Yeah, for sure. And so we get there, and Norgabella finally finds like the area where she thinks the Demon King Destruction is, and she starts destroying. I think she starts destroying the island, and then because of that, she finds the barrier. So like kind of like the deeper part of this minor world where the Demon King of Destruction is. So she goes through the barrier and she sees like a castle, right? And she sees another barrier in the castle. It's like the third layer. And she's like, alright, I'm going to get through this third layer. But she's like, this might be disrespectful if I just straight up like try to destroy this. So I'm just going to like look inside. And she looks inside and we see Vermith Lionheart.
Chained up. He's chained up.
Looks like a despondent man.
Yeah. Corpse-like.
And you know what I thought was interesting was that when Norgabella looked at Vermith, she had the same reaction that Eugene did when he used Akasha to find Vermith, and he saw him like wrapped in chains, and like Incarceration was like, don't look. And you know how he bled from his mouth and everything? Norgabella had the same reaction.
Yep.
So I was like, oh wow. So like Eugene did see him a long time ago. He just didn't know where he was. But now we know Vermouth is in Ravesta.
Yep.
Chained up, tied up like a dog. Like a dog. And I think, they do call him Vermouth of Destruction. Or was it Despair?
Despair.
Vermouth of Despair. He uses the Moonlight Sword. We also get some information that Vermouth might not be human, like fully human, or just not human at all, which is the reason why he can use the Moonlight Sword and why his bloodline is so special. So like Eugene has Lionheart, and like Ciel has Demon Eye. Shouldn't be possible for humans. Like we don't know if they're half human, half demon. That was like kind of like zeroed out.
Yeah.
But like it seems that they're a different species type thing.
Something like that.
Yeah, they're like a mix, they got some god power in there. We don't know what it is, but it might be something. And I think, this is my theory, is that what Vermouth gave up as like the highest power of that species, we don't know what it is. I'm thinking it's like god power. He gave up his soul and like energy to keep the Demon King of Destruction like chained there. I don't think the Demon King of Destruction is chained there, but I think the Demon King of Destruction needs like energy to survive. And I think he's like sapping the energy of Vermouth. And that's the reason why like the Demon King of Destruction isn't out and about and he's just like chilling, because like the Incarceration like gave him something to like sap on.
Yeah.
Until like Vermouth either runs out of energy.
That's why I was saying like, can someone else like take his place?
Yeah.
Which would make a lot of sense.
So that's my theory on that.
I don't have a theory. Okay.
But also another thing I wanted to talk about, I missed it. When Nor was talking to Incarceration was like, what was that line that you said? Like
you're always the same.
You're always the same. And we also find out that like after the war, Helmuth went through a drastic like, what's that? It starts with an I. Industrialization.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It made us see, and he like came up with all these ideas all at once that like made the like Helmuth
shocked the world.
Yeah, the most technologically advanced place of like the world,
like laws and stuff.
Yeah,
and so
even the technology.
Yeah,
they had like railroad tracks, like internet, surveillance, teleportation, everything. So it made me like threw off so many alarm bells. Like, who is this man?
Yeah, because he clearly. It means he's lived through a bunch of civilizations.
Yeah.
And so he's clearly taken the best and just like, okay, this iteration, here we go.
I think it also makes it seem that like he, I don't know if he's in control. I think I'm gonna say it. I think he's in control of the reincarnation system. And I think like the world,
Maybe. Oh yeah.
it goes through destructions and rebuilt, and destructions and rebuilt, and like I think it goes through the same cycle because when he said you were always the same, and Hamill has been Agaroth, then he was Hamill, now he's Eugene. Like, he must, like, Incarceration must have seen all of this on repeat, Nora on repeat. Like, I think he's the only one besides Destruction who was, like...
Always around. Like, very smaller guy, gods like the God of Light.
Yeah, so that was, like, crazy. And, like, honestly, Incarceration, like, he seems like a Demon King to other Demon Kings.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's crazy the amount of strength he has. Like, I don't see right now how Eugene can get there. I don't see it. Like, he has to go like full God mode. And we're also in the process of that. Eugene is like getting statues in Shimuin. He's gonna get prayed to. This and that.
Yeah, it's like full on. Give me that definitive.
Yeah. And I think that was pretty much it.
Yeah, there was one funny thing though.
What?
With Nora Gabella.
What?
With when she brought him up to the suite.
Yeah.
She was just like, she was flirting with him. He would just kept telling her to piss off. And she was just like, no, Eugene, if you give me a chance, I'm very confident I can make you go, oh shit. And I was dying that whole time.
And they put a little comment at the bottom that was like, she was basically insinuating a BJ. Which was hilarious.
I was dying. And it was funny because Eugene's reaction, he was just like, and Murr's reaction was like, I was just like,
and Ramira too.
No, she didn't know. She was just confused.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And they were just shocked. They were just like, what is going on? How did this go? This came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, this was really funny and part of the Nortabella was always funny.
I actually really like Nortabella.
Yeah.
One last thing I think we glossed over is that during the celebrations, every big empire, besides the two that didn't show up, that are empires, so basically all the big powers of the world gave the A-OK to Eugene that if Eugene ever calls on them, like, Eugene can, like, have...
His authority's above theirs.
Yeah, so he has, like, basically full authority of the continent right now.
Yeah.
If he wanted to wage war, he can gather all of the armies of the whole continent.
Yeah.
Which is insane. I can't believe we almost forgot that. So that's pretty huge. And at the end, honestly, this was a perfect 50 chapters. It ended right with like them enjoying their celebration and just dancing the night away.
Yep.
At the banquet, Eugene danced with Sienna, danced with Ciel, and got drunk with Anise. Well, maybe not drunk, but he was drinking.
Yeah.
It was a good night. And honestly, like, from here on, I don't know exactly what the next steps are. Probably like raise the faith and maybe just preparations for the war against Helma.
Yep, the Rozaki's body.
Yeah, get the armor from that.
Because he's bringing dwarves over there.
Yeah, also we got the Exeeds. We got 2 Exeeds.
Yep.
We thought Eugene was going to use it, but I guess he said it wouldn't even give him a boost. So he gave one to Carmen, and he doesn't know who he's going to give the second one to, but he's going to give it to somebody. I think honestly the next step is like while he's gathering power, setting up the continent for war, it seems like Norgabella is going to be like his first like big fight when he goes on his way there. Yeah. I think she's going to prepare like some sort of like kind of like a dungeon, but not really. More like a path for him to follow to her. Yeah. And like test him to see if like he's worthy, if he's ready to fight her. Because he doesn't want to fight her, or she doesn't want to fight him like when he's half baked. Like she's like, I need something that can really make me feel like I'm gonna die. Mm-hmm. So he needs to gather some more power first. But that's what I think is gonna happen next. How about you?
I feel like they're not gonna fight.
No, not at all. What do you think they're gonna do the next 50 chapters?
I don't know what they're gonna do next week. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of prep.
Think they're gonna prep that whole time?
No, but I feel like it's gonna be like prep for like 25, and I feel like the war is just gonna happen like that.
Well, that's what I think too.
But I don't think he's gonna go fight her right away.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the trial.
Or at all.
Oh, at all?
I don't think he's gonna fight her at all.
So who do you think he's fighting for those 25 chapters? So just random demons?
I think he's going straight to Babel.
Really?
Yeah.
But
he's gonna go fight Gavin instead.
But I feel like once he fights Gavin, he's gonna go straight up to Incarceration right after.
Yeah.
But like when Norgabella was talking to Incarceration said, "I don't want any untested person up here." So it seems like Nora is gonna be the one to test him.
Well, she said that like he wouldn't interfere with her if she went to go fight him, but I don't know if they actually are gonna fight.
I think they're definitely fighting to the death. But they did say something in there that I think they might not actually fight all the way to the death. Like they might fight like to the inch of death. And honestly, all the like name drops and everything that's happening, it's making me think that Norgabella had like some past with like the God of War.
Maybe.
Cause like I feel like she's gonna be on our team, like low key. I feel like she's gonna be on our team, but like I still think
fight first.
Yeah, like she's still gonna be the one to test him. Like
okay.
I don't know if like within these 50 chapters if he fights her, but I think like she's gonna prepare some sort of challenge for him.
Okay.
You know, so I think we're pretty much at the same level. Yeah, this has been a lit 50 chapters, and next week we're doing, like we said, 9-star.
9-star, don't let us down, please. Bro, the Doyens, if they release another talent.
Yeah, we'll see. You think they'll get through the World King stage in these 100 and something chapters or no?
Through the World Kings? Like,
yeah.
they're
gonna hit Divine Venerate?
Yes.
Really? Think they'll hit Divine Venerate in these? Like,
they're a peak World King, right?
I don't know if they're a peak World King.
Or, no, actually...
They're like...
No, they are, but not
Long
Chen.
Chen.
I think Long Chen's like 10th stage.
Yeah, I think he's right around there.
He's not 13.
You know what?
He's hitting peak Divine Venom. Or not peak Divine. He's hitting Divine Venom.
Alright, I'll second that. He'll hit peak Divine... Or he'll hit Divine Venom. And we'll see how it goes from there. It should be some good chapters, though. Alright, guys. This has been episode 52 of Lighting All Fiends Podcast. This has been Adamar.
You scammer.
Peace.